It's your voice and your vote. Primary voters are hitting the ballot box today in 6 states, those elections setting up matchups for the midterms. Our Averi Harper is holding it down in Washington to answer your questions about these races. Averi, first of all, happy primary day.
Thank you.
Primaries happening all over the country right now, but people are honing in on one state, California. What can you tell us about those primaries?
Yeah, I'll talk to you about the gubernatorial race there. It's definitely one of the biggest prizes on the board, and it's a very crowded field. I think more than 60 candidates are actually running to succeed Gavin Newsom, and it's an interesting way to run. It's called a jungle primary, where all the candidates appear on one single ballot, and regardless of party, the top 2 vote getters will advance to the general election in November. There are a couple of prominent Republicans who are running on the ticket today, but it's possible that we don't even see a Republican at all. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. The polling has really been sort of muddled on who could advance.
That's fascinating. And that's the gubernatorial primary, but there's a lot of interest in LA's mayoral primary as well. What do we know about what's going on there?
Yeah, that is really becoming a 3-way race, and there's lots of national attention in part because Spencer Pratt, the reality star of The Hills fame, is a part of it. But it's also the political fight of Karen Bass's career, the biggest fight that she's going to have to wage to try and survive here, because she has been widely criticized for her responses to some of those wildfires that devastated parts of Los Angeles. There's also a progressive challenger in Nithya Raman, councilwoman in Los Angeles, who's running in that race. Virtually all 3 of them are tied when you look at polling.
And Averi, you said it yourself, all eyes seem to be on Spencer Pratt. People are wondering, what are his actual views, and does he have a chance against someone like Karen Bass?
Yeah, his platform is really focused on public safety, on homelessness, and of course he's been able to mobilize lots of voters in Los Angeles around some of those wildfires. He himself lost his home in the Palisades fire, and so that has been the crux of his campaign. As far as his chances, look, he has a chance to advance to the runoff in this race. I do think he's going to have an uphill battle trying to win this outright, or even win it in November if he advances, just because of the partisan lean of Los Angeles. He is running as an independent, but he's registered as a Republican.
And Averi, I'm just so curious. You're a political director. It is a primary day in the middle of an election season. What are these days actually like for you? Especially, does it feel like a warm-up to election day, or does each day feel like you're doing it over again?
Yeah, primary day is not as interesting. The primary nights are incredibly interesting, and it's a little like being in air traffic control because we're watching the returns come in. I'm talking to reporters constantly. We're trying to track what the candidates and the campaigns are saying, and then also trying to make meaning of what we see happen, because it's not just about who wins or loses tonight. It's also about what the political environment is going to look like as we get closer to midterms in November, the big day, the Super Bowl, so to speak.